let's talk a little bit about a young singer. I don't know about him so much. I don't think I've ever heard any of his songs, but from what I hear, he's kind of a spoiled person who probably his parents bought for him everything. I mean, and he's a young singer, and maybe one day he will marry a woman who is a warlord, a character who names herself after a tiger in comics.
So, who is the singer of now?
Yes, I'm talking about Justin Bieber.
Oh, look,
So,
I've heard about him.
yes.
You know, look, when one looks at the so-called music industry, which isn't really an industry at all, look, the kids, they like to buy records, and the so-called record labels know what sells.
Yes.
So, these so-called artists, I mean, it's not really art,
Yes.
and they're not really artists, but what can one do?
Yes, but as I say, maybe one day. I mean, I haven't heard his music. I don't think I've ever
I'm
heard
sure he
it.
doesn't make any music.
Yes.
I'm sure it's all written for him, the junk that
Ah,
he probably sings.
maybe, or maybe he makes songs, and when he becomes older, people, maybe when he becomes at Svetlana Raznatovic's age, or Ariel Zilber's age, people would say, "Oh, what kind of nice music he made." But yes, and maybe he would be like Svetlana Raznatovic. Maybe he will marry a woman who is a warlord, who names herself after a tiger in some comics.
Yes, and
Yes.
that's very good. And anything else, Avner? Any other thoughts?
Oh well, but as I say, he seems to be a spoilt person. I mean, there are spoilt people whose parents simply don't know how to educate. They buy them everything they see in the shop.
Exactly.
Well, so you see, spoilt brats. There are spoilt brats. So I know somebody. Yes, I mean, Dracula's Rebirth-to the Sleeping Beauty, which is not, which I made it as a fictional story. I mean, it is the part of Dracula's rebirth.
Yes.
The part of the Sleeping Beauty's birth and Dracula's rebirth. To the
Exactly.
Sleeping Beauty.
So how can Dracula be reborn if he never died?
No, some people believe he never died, but according to history books, or according to Wikipedia, or according to Google, most materials in Google, Dracula died. He died in the year 1475. At 1476, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, at the end of 1476, by either the troops of Basarab Layota,
Yeah.
or the Turks, or by mistake, maybe, or not by mistake, by his own troops. They assassinated him.
Right.
Maybe.
So let's just clarify now, Avner, because a lot of people, when they think of Dracula, they think of a vampire who eats,
Who
sucks blood,
sucks
etc.
blood, etc.
But the Dracula you're talking about
Is
was an actual person, am I right?
Yes, Prince Vlad III of Wallachia. I mean, what is called in Romanian Țara Românește, the land of the Romanians. And but true, people think of Dracula as a vampire. That is why I wrote Dracula's Rebirth to the Sleeping Beauty, whereas the reborn Dracula and the Sleeping Beauty are actually people who exist. I mean, I call them like that.
Yes, we've heard about those people, huh?
Yes.
But the audience haven't.
And yes, and the reborn Dracula, the one whom I made the movie about, actually about, he is a person who, I don't know today, but he used to want to become a sultan. I mean, that is so ridiculous. But the thing is, you see, when a person is used to his mother doing anything just to buy him whatever he sees or she sees in the shop, a person who is used to all these things wants to become a sultan because he doesn't know any limits.
Yes, I see. This Dracula character, hey, Avner? Who was this actually?
No, there was a certain person, and he was the son of the Sleeping Beauty, as my grandmother used to call him.
Ah.
I mean, not our grandmother, my other grandmother.
Your
yes.
other gran. Yes, I remember your other granny.
Yes.
So she called this boy Dracula.
No, but she called his mother the Sleeping Beauty.
Oh. These were two people who you actually knew who resembled Sleeping Beauty and Dracula in a way.
That's true, yes.
Sleeping Beauty who had a son who was like Dracula.
Yes.
Probably
I mean,
not a good son, huh?
Yes, no, but not like the real Dracula. Like
he wasn't a vampire.
Character people think Dracula was, yes.
He resembled a vampire, this kid.
Yes.
I see. So, anything else, Avner?
Yes. The real Dracula was Prince Vlad III, or actually Count Vlad III.
Yeah.
He was called, when he was alive, he was called Vlad Dracula. That means Vlad, the son of the dragon.
Yes.
But historians call him now Vlad Tepes, which means Vlad the Impaler, because he used to impale people. And after Basarab Layota, there was Basarab Tsepelush.
What was that?
Basarab, the little impaler, the minor impaler. I mean, like Dracula impaled more people than that Basarab. Yes.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, any last thoughts, Avner?
Oh, well, so I don't know, maybe Justin Bieber seems to be a spoiled person like that. But maybe one day he will be a real great singer, and maybe one day he will marry a woman warlord who will name herself after a tiger from some comics, like Svetlana Raznatovic married somebody like that. And yes, that would be, she's a real good singer.
Yeah, she is quite a good singer.
I don't know what people thought about her when she was 23 years old, like Justin Bieber is today. But today, I know she is a good singer.
Alrighty then, we wish everyone good night.